Holy
God
shit.
I
damn.
want to take you to come up with that one.
Literally seconds, it just popped into my fucking mind. Like, oh shit, it's there.
Genius.
I guess you could say it's taken weeks, considering that's been sitting in front of me, and it just literally took that moment to fucking combine.
Yeah, it came together very slowly and then all at once.
Yeah, exactly. It's moving together at a snail's pace until it just fucking like a black hole just sucked together.
We're gonna
Alright,
need to work on a
so-
guest list too. Like, what celebrities can we get here? You know, who are some good local Yuma celebrities? Neo, I'm gonna need you to come up with, like
Okay.
a full wedding's worth of character
yeah,
names.
yeah.
Stories.
You can have to
So
random
roll-
roll like a bunch of names.
Roll charisma with a +1 because Ava's so well loved here.
Yeah.
Didn't even need it. There you go. 6 and a 1. What do you know? That's interesting. I always find it interesting when the blue border comes up.
Yeah.
And it's a 10. Yeah.
And I even remembered to switch to Cherry,
Yeah.
both with the character sheet and remembering because I had been November this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm on top of it.
There you go. So yeah, they're like, oh, well, we'll do it for a very reduced price. Just enough to cover the overhead. Essentially, they're willing to just, take enough money to break even on this.
Suppose that will do. It's not like we're paying for it. But, this is coming out of, I think it's only right that Jean should have to pay. I guess it actually is usually the bride's family, at least here. I don't know what Yuma traditions are in terms of who pays for the wedding. Maybe they're egalitarian about it. I don't know. Point is, it's not coming out of our fucking pockets.
Well, yeah, that's the key thing here. You got to be saying like, oh yeah, that'll go on Ava's tab. Like this is on the city, not us.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not funding this, even though it's pertinent to our plans. I don't know what our plans even are, but they're somewhere on them.
The computer restarted for no reason. It's been doing that.
Oh.
Oh no.
Weird, fucked up.
Last time I saw a BSOD, it was like it said memory management, which hopefully my RAM was not fucked up, but I'm gonna have to take it to Best Buy at some point.
We were speculating about who is it traditional for? Like in Yuma, what is their customs on like who's is it like the bride's family? In this case, she doesn't really have one, but are they the ones paying for the wedding usually? Or like, are they egalitarian? Like, I mean, regardless, we're not paying for it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this isn't.
He was hoping you'd be polite enough.
No.
That you'd pay for the whole wedding.
Jean better be footing some of this bill. Ava better be footing some of this bill.
I mean, it wasn't her idea, so really, Jean should be paying for this.
Yeah, he should. Like, we should be getting a fucking invoice to hand to Jean on this one.
We can retcon this into Cherry not asking this if this has already been answered. But she does ask Ava, do you have any families? This is after we've settled all this. I presume going back to the gardens. Do you have any family who should be in attendance?
Yes, my sisters should all be in attendance.
When you say sisters, is that religious sisters or...
Oh, my actual sisters. My mother and father, unfortunately, did pass away quite young.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes.
Are your sisters also in the, Well, it feels disrespectful to say business, but...
No, only I had the gift.
I'm so excited to find out if her sisters are also weird or if they're all like normal and have this freak sister who's famous. Very excited to meet them.
If anything, Jean proves that you don't have to be this kind of weirdo to be a star reader. This doesn't just come with the territory. She's just
I'm
like this
curious.
independently of that.
And yet she's more like than Jean is.
You know what? Maybe Gene isn't actually a fucking Star Reader. Maybe he's been faking it this whole fucking time.
They like the weird.
You like the weird lady more than the.
If they liked
about
weird
guy.
people, then Nico would actually be getting on with these people, despite
No, he's the
himself,
wrong type of weird.
I guess. We should have been studying what makes her a freak to be like, okay, we gotta replicate this.
I feel like Cherry, she's been trying to keep herself well liked in town, though there is the fear that she's going to be seen as like the Rasputin to Ava.
Oh,
This mysterious stranger from out of town shows up and is instantly enchanted the favored star reader and whispering in her ear constantly. Okay, but talking to Ava. Are you the eldest sister, youngest, somewhere in the middle?
I'm the middle sister, actually. Exactly in the middle. I was the third born amongst the 5.
Oh, wow. How much of an age range is there?
Oh, well, my oldest sister is about 7 years older than me.
Oh, wow. They must have been really speeding up as it went along.
Yes, I believe they were.
They knew they were about to die. We gotta keep them pumping. Does the gift run in your family at all? Or was it just
No.
you?
I was the first one.
Interesting. I'm a 12th generation.
Ah.
No, she doesn't actually say that.
no, Ava, you might think you're important, but you have no idea how just important my main character lineage is. It's fucking crazy.
Well, it's distinctly not main character lineage. It's like side
Yeah.
character lineage.
I don't know. I think everyone's
Exactly.
the main character of their own lives, so everyone's the main character.
That actually is a personal gripe Cherry has with one or two of her ancestors of particularly, oh god, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. There's 13 of them to keep track. But
one of them
that
tried to
she
be
was,
more main character.
that one of them was a bit too much main character. That was, she was not disrespectful, she was failing the family profession by being so much of a main character.
And yet, she got away with it.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
Whoa. I
Katsuki.
guess.
Katsuki's the one
Okay.
she has beef with for that.
So should we? Do you have anything else you want to say with Ava, or should we go to Lydian?
I think we can go to Lydian now. Sherry has
Okay.
something else to do, but we've been with her long enough. We can go to
Alright.
Lydian in November.
I feel bad for
I'm
Swede.
still around, baby.
I should
we go.
have brought Swede along on this, but there's no way I'm bringing him near where I'm going.
Yeah.
Which is
No, that's fine. It's
Is
very
it?
fine. I don't.
Okay, well, so I'm heading back towards my favorite haunt in this place. What else is it but the fucking guided hand, fucking hangout meeting spot?
Yeah, just the rented out place. They got a pool table there now. They got some table tennis.
I've not badgered them this much in any town, but given what's going on, I feel like, hey, we can be in on this. I'm gonna not ping them so much next time, but
I think I've asked you this before. How do you guys feel about gambling?
fine with gambling.
Nice.
Yeah, they don't
Maybe
have
they're
an
playing
issue.
poker.
Anyway, money can move.
Yeah,
That's
I was
cool.
gonna
Okay,
say.
I see. I thought you were asking how the three of us feel about
Oh
gambling.
no,
Like,
no.
are you gonna put money on something happening in the game? Like, put some money on Lydian's next roll.
They could spice things up a little bit. He's got pretty good stats, though. Anyway, as we're going over, I turn to November and go, so I'm figuring you ain't gonna want to lead the security detail.
Well, I can try and organize them. Make sure they're disciplined, know what is expected of them. I'm
That
not
would
really
be-
much of a leader, despite my rank, but I
that would-
forget if Lydia knows her rank or not.
I don't think he's ever asked. I think he's kind of more considered that she's good with that rifle.
Yeah,
I know she was a soldier.
Yeah.
yeah. He knows she's from Larimer, but I don't think he actually knows her rank.
Just make sure they know who to let in, what to overlook. Make sure things look professional and orderly and the guests aren't panicking too much.
I'll do my best.
Now, once again, I'm gonna go and talk. You stand guard outside. Make sure that we're not followed.
November agrees. Has, Aquilo perch up high,
Mm-hmm.
watching.
All right, and you enter the Guiding Hand meeting place, the gathering place. Every time you come here, they've actually had a new little accoutrement.
Oh,
Last time it was like a table tennis. Now there's a ball pit.
what the fuck are you guys
And
doing?
they're all playing in the ball pit. Oh no!
Am I the only one in this town who's actually making waves outside of that there ball pit? What the hell are you doing? What incarnation?
Wow, Legion.
Can't believe.
It's like a ball pit, but it's just coins. They're all going in there like Scrooge McDuck,
And just
flashing
screaming
each
in
other with
agony,
gold
but-
coins.
Oh, it's a great many pieces of solid matter.
They actually all have, that same spell where they can like do the fucking gambit trick with making coins lethal. When is Lydian gonna whip that out? Reveal that he has that.
You know, I
Can
never equip
send a
it because I
coin
never
flying
intend for
through
him to
someone's
get
skull.
in combat. He is the running away man.
Yeah.
Which, even then... But
Yeah, you enter. There are a few people around. You've got the guy with the transfer business is currently out. He's doing something, again with the transport right now. But there are a few others there.
right, everyone, there's been a development in the plan.
The plan with the corrupt Star Reader.
The very one. He is to be married in 3 days, and we are to do security.
Security, huh? All right.
This could be our chance to really start getting our fingers in on the front line. So, any idle acolytes, anyone who should be working one of your businesses, anyone who just doesn't have a space, I'm going to be setting up a little guard company in this town and start getting some muscle in here because next few days might get hectic. He runs them through basically the 10 parts of the plan and what he knows about that. Basically, we're going to the meeting with the
Alright.
Conqueror. The descent might be a descent into panic where, hey, having a guard might come in very handy for their interests.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, how they intend to get off this crazy train before they hit part 7, the point of no return. And if we do hit that point, maybe be ready to get the hell out of town.
Yeah.
Just in case the point of no return is really bad. But we don't really know what it is. And besides, what is the like? Lydian's about to say, we're faking this whole thing anyway, but then he realizes, what's the difference between faking a prophecy and actually just carrying it out?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Like, is that self-fulfilling prophecy? I don't know if that counts, but... In fact, he's stopping at part 7, but you're still going to get to part 10. Shit.
And you were talking about, like, the meeting was in secret. In general, from the public's impression, we have newspaper articles imminently coming out about, like, Lydian, being sort of shady and bad news, and the stranger has shown up and gotten very close with the star readers and is, making a lot of big moves and plays in towns.
Yeah, but that fucker is gonna write it as part 3, the invasion. Bunch of Johnny foreigners turning up. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get the business registered. I'm gonna try and acquire a building for us to work out of. And if anyone has any spare acolytes, send them my way, because we're gonna need people on the inside to know to let the right people in and overlook something that a less keyed in guard might not.
I've got a few people resting on their laurels. It'd be good to get them to work.
Perfect. Anyone who's ready and willing to work their way up the hierarchy could be.
I really thought
good
you were going to
opportunity
say
for 'em.
anyone who's woke.
Keep out anyone who's woke from this damn wedding. You can't even poison guests at your wedding anymore because of woke.
Is this our least woke party?
Probably. You can't wedding crashes. You can't make that nowadays. It's like white chicks and white dogs. All right. I'm gonna get them registered. You get them in here. Get them ready to start their new job.
All right. And meanwhile, we should prepare our own abilities to hunker down here. We've been inconspicuous in this area so far.
On that note,
We'll stay in the shadows until we have to come out.
On that note, are any of you in with ink rakers in this town? Anyone infiltrated the journalistic circles?
One of them pipes up. Yeah, actually, since I've seen how the paper's been flying, I noticed how the paper's been flying off the shelves. Managed to buy out one of the journals.
There's going to be a story about one of my associates, and unfortunately me, coming to pass real soon. I want you to make sure this is buried under article after article. Celebrity rags.
If that's in another paper, then I guess I could flood out. I guess I could flood out some my own paper with some with some nonsense stories.
Some nonsense stories, bury the lead, make noise, distract. I know you can't control the other papers, but you can have some control over what the public is seeing.
Good issue or rebuttal.
Now that's an idea. Sure that won't be us playing our hands too much?
Well, my takeover of the shares of that journal has been, well, no one's really noticed. So I don't think no, and there's nothing connecting us publicly at the moment. So.
All right. Well, have your papers reach out to me, arrange a little talk, and yeah, we can work on a rebuttal. And then, within 3 days, wedding goes off, everyone's going to forget about that journalist's little scrapings.
That's a good point. Looks like he's ill-timed his attack.
All right, then. See you again. I'll see you later, gentlemen. I will go get us set up. So,
Alrighty.
I think Lydian, next. Lydian leaves, goes to check with November.
Okay, yeah. I assume, didn't see any suspicious activity while we were guarding.
Nope.
Nice.
Actually, roll Dex.
Dex. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is this for like a guarding?
Or no, wisdom.
Okay, but is this for that?
Yes.
I have a +1 to this because Aklo was. Wait, no, I have a +2 to this. I'm sorry.
Oh.
When you work with your animal companion to do something it's trained in, and I believe because Aklo is trained to guard, and so I would add its cunning to my roll, so that's a +2.
All right.
Nice. That mattered.
Very good. All right, so November. We'll play this out while Lydia was talking in.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there's someone was you see someone sort of walked by the building and walked by it again and walked by it a third time, and then the third time they come around, you can tell they were you think back a little bit, and like this was actually someone that you saw sort of in the human traffic walking as you and Lydia were walking towards this building in the first place.
I see. She is going to have Aquilo keep a literal bird's eye view on this
Yeah.
person. And wait for Lydian to come out to, report, acting casual, acting like she hasn't necessarily noticed this person.
Mm-hmm.
But is going to whisper to Lydian about this. What does this person look like?
Mm. Looks like someone, they're in a sort of black cap, white clothes, got a scraggly beard.
Older, younger?
Somewhat like late 20s. Had a sort of, had a pad and paper as well.
Do they look like, more well-to-do, more poor, like more
More
fit,
poor.
more frail? Okay. All right. Can I actually discern realities on this person?
Sure.
Again, I have and you discern realities, add the cunning, so I get the +2 to this.
Okay.
Oh, I needed it.
Oh my. Yeah, one
All
question.
right. I get 1. What here is not what it appears to be?
What here is not what it appears to be. Hmm. So this guy, he looks like he's been he's like he looks like very paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's been writing a lot of shit down in his pad and paper. Seems like, there's something that's spooking him about all this.
I see.
Like he's not doing this because I'll benefit from this.
Yeah, he's not like,
Yeah, he's like, fuck. I'm scared about this.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, going to have Aquilo keeping a bead on this guy, while I'm acting nonchalant, like don't notice him, waiting for Lydian to come out.
All right, and when Lydian comes out, what do you say?
Yeah. So, not like looking, acting casual, not tipping the hand. Is like someone's scouting the place out. I think they followed us here. I saw them on the way here, and now they've passed the place 3 times. They look nervous, twitchy. They have a pad.
Oh, I see.
Are they here right now, or are they out of?
They're out of view, but they are. He's like pacing.
Yeah, in the area, but not like currently.
In the area, but not in view of you right now.
Aquilo's currently got eyes on him.
Well, did she describe what he looked like?
Yeah, she does.
Does that match the journalist who confronted us the other day?
It does not.
Okay.
But
could be
actually,
someone sent by them.
I will say.
Yeah, it could be someone.
Roll int.
Okie dokie.
Or no, whiz.
Whiz. Have a whiz. Come on.
All right.
Oh.
You actually do recall The outfit she's describing was sort of the same outfit the journalist was wearing.
Igraker. Brums. Must be a friend. Right, well, if he's trailing us, let's give him a trail.
Can I say? I suggest, if I can make a suggestion,
You may.
2 of us start leaving the area. Aquilo keeps eyes on him. We see if he continues to maintain here or follow us. That could give us some hint whether he's just investigating you or
Or my friends.
You know. exactly. Beyond that, I could take, and especially if he does follow us, it's easier. Could lead him to an alley and take him out.
I was thinking that. You don't think Aquilo might be able to snatch his pad, or would that be too risky?
Too risky. He's still seen what he's seen, and if he goes back, especially if his pad gets snatched, that's just going to invite more information. The best we can hope for is that he stumbled onto this by following you, and whoever he's working with don't know about this. There's no way to avoid suspicion on you, that's already there, but I assume you want to keep this discreet. And if we take him out, then there's at least nothing tracing you back to here.
Unless someone sent him after me, but that only ties it to me.
Well, no,
Alright.
but she's saying,
No,
that
yeah, I know,
we already have on, yeah.
Yeah, no, I got that a moment too late. Alright. Let's lead him somewhere more secretive. See if he's following us. See if he's following me. So yeah, Lydian kind of just starts starts heading probably not in the direction where he'd go to get a business registered, but he's just leading him on, maybe somewhere a bit more quiet, a bit more bit less foot traffic.
All right, and November sort of stays sort of in the middle to have
No,
Aquilo.
she stays with Lydian, but has
Okay.
Aquilo above in the sky.
Okay.
Using those
does she have like
smelling
a psychic connection with him?
Correct. Yes.
All right, cool. So,
Actually, here's the thing, the where their hideout is this already in like a relatively quiet part of town, like out of the main way?
it's sort of it's like office space, it's in a bunch of it's a rented out building.
Okay.
That's not very conspicuous, it's
Yeah.
so it's not, it's in a more quiet part of town, I'd say.
But yeah.
To further elaborate, to explain the exact nature, it's not like they talk to each other. They are effectively one person.
Right, so she can see what he sees.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They act as one will, as one being.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're walking away, and November, Aquilo actually notices. This keeps an eye on the guy. He's not following you. He's sneaking up very shakily, wanting to investigate the building Lydian came out of. Now that Lydian's gone.
November reports that he's going into the building. He's more interested in that, and then sorry if this is forward, but are there any other entrances to the building? I can set up an ambush inside of there and take him out inside. That would be most discreet at this point.
You got a silencer on that thing, right?
November nods.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah. But so he gives her, alternate entrance into the building. Or I assume he probably goes in there, like people might have questions about her showing up.
Yeah, Lydian's gonna double back, and he's gonna.
So the idea is that to get into the building, Lydian has only ever gotten in through this door, and to get in, you have to know a password. So.
Also, so hang on. So we're heading back. Just November
suggests if we can get in through a back way or something, that this guy won't see us getting back into the building.
I'm gonna presume.
And then,
I would know. Is there any secret entrance, or is it all just through that front? Which I imagine would be the most likely scenario. They must have a secret. They must have an emergency exit, though.
Yeah, there's an emergency fire exit. Yeah.
Right. Let's head in that way.
And Lydian make it up a fire exit.
Lydian, you know what? I turn to.
I actually
Wait,
think
wait,
it is
wait.
interesting if he doesn't, like if he just has to give November the password or whatever. But it's also fine if he does go in too.
I'm just
I
trying
think
to think.
both are
I'm
interesting.
just trying to think of something first. All right, so I kind of
Mhm.
ask. So you know where he is right now?
November nods.
Where is he around the building? Is he going to the front door? Is he scoping
I
out the
believe
side?
so, right?
Yeah, he's approaching the front door.
Yes.
Is there anyone else on the street right now?
On the street passing by, 2 or 3 people probably pass by every now and then.
Is it kind of empty at this point?
Yeah.
All right, November, you've kept some secrets from me. I'm gonna have to trust that you'll keep some of mine.
Of course, sir.
Perfect. Yeah, Lydian's just gonna head back to the front. Like, he's gonna try and be as cautious as he can, but basically he's just like, we'll meet him at the door and see him in.
May I make a suggestion?
Lydian nods.
There's a good chance if he sees us coming back, he'll scatter if we act casual. Act like if I were him, I would try and listen to our password so he can figure it out to enter after us. This is good. We let him enter, and then once he's inside the building, then I take care of him. Be sure to give the password loud enough that he would be able to overhear it, acting discreet.
You don't think he'd be suspicious that we just doubled back out of nowhere?
You can say to the guard, there's something else that, you could just say you left something. Say you had an idea about something to follow up.
All right. Then.
Make it seem natural.
Right, noted. Okay, yeah. So Lydian kind of, yeah, he's gonna head back and yeah, he's gonna make a show of looking like, yeah, he forgot something. Like, oh. Like he like that semi hurried like walk back, but he's just looking to the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy sees you approach and immediately tries to go hide somewhere. Roll charisma.
Okay.
Can I be aiding?
Sure.
All right, how many bonds do I have with Lydian? Oh wow, I have 3 with Lydian on November.
Wow.
Holy shit.
2d6.
Fucking.
All right,
Okay.
I'm involved in the consequences of this.
Roll charisma.
There are some
That's
consequences.
a 9.
Okay. But yeah,
Okay.
Lydian kind of goes up.
Yeah, you're back already, Lydia?
It was a detail I forgot. Pretty pertinent to the plan.
All right. Well, come on in.
Yeah, he announces the password very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy, all right. So here's what happens. You go on in, and then
Oh, hang on.
the guy just
The moment I'm through the door, though, the moment it closes
Yeah.
of behind me, I do kind of grab the guy and just say, "There's a tail. He's coming.
a tail. All right.
Let him in."
And oh yeah, is November in as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. And who's she?
she's one of mine. She's trustworthy. She's vetted.
November is going to is there like a hall?
Yes. There's a hall
So
and
yeah.
like a main room, and so yeah, a lounge room and all that. Yeah.
November is going to say we should back up. I'll line up with sights as soon as the doors close behind him. I'll take the shot.
It's silent. Won't draw much attention.
Figure how to dispose of him, man.
We'll figure it out. It's better than out on the street.
All right. And yeah, moments later, there's a knock at the door. The guy opens up. He gets the password. sighs, opens up the door, and the man is there at the door, and he rushes in, and he has like a Molotov on him.
Ooh, interesting.
He's gonna try and toss you. And he just yells out, and it's like, it goes about, the invasion will not go! The invasion will not go on! He screams out.
All right, I have. He does not know I'm ready for him. I would say he is surprised by my attack.
Sure.
And okay, I've gotten in position. I have steady shot, so I have a +2. to
All
this.
right.
And so yeah, I'm going to take my shot. Swish. And then I believe I have. Oh no, I don't. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
Right, and then let me see 1 second. All right, and roll my damage, right?
Yep. Roll your damage. 5 damage. Yeah, you shoot him in the chest, and he immediately falls over.
Was the Molotov lit?
The Molotov was lit.
Can I...
Light himself on
He's
fire.
about
I
to
mean,
fall
hey,
over.
dispose of the body.
Yeah, it's going to dispose of a lot more.
So, do you want to try and catch the bottle?
You know what?
Or catch him?
Yeah, let's go for that. Like, I'm going to say I was maybe closer to the door, just like in case he needed to be grabbed, in case the shot missed somehow. Like, me and the guard will probably, like, or the guard is there, even though he's probably shoved out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna try and grab him, the Molotov, both.
Alrighty, roll.
I would call that int, personally. I don't know if that's a good or a bad stat, but to me that sounds like quick thinking.
Quick thinking, but it is. You could argue Dex or
I would say
int,
Dex. Yeah, Dex.
even though I'm arguing myself out of my better stat. It is a
I would say
reflex
Dex.
test. Alright, let's hope and pray. Thoughts and prayers, everyone. That's really bad. I don't like that. Take some XP though. It's the first time I've had a proper failing roll in a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he falls down before you can catch him and collapses onto the Molotov, which immediately sets him on fire.
Oh, good, good. I mean, that gives us some time, right?
And he starts screaming out, blood pouring out of his chest wound.
Alright, this might be
As he starts to it immediately just starts, like, the adrenaline kicks in. He starts to, like, try and get up and just run into the room. Into the lounge room.
I have something that might be quick for. Is there any, like, vases, potted plants nearby?
Yes.
Are there any curtains nearby? Like, there's got to be a window or something, right?
Yeah, the windows are drawn. The window curtains are drawn, definitely.
Okay, so they might not like this, but yeah, I'm just gonna, like, grab the vase, like, smash it. Oh, like, basically just try and smash it to douse the curtain with water. Rip that off, and I'm gonna try and smother him, essentially.
Alright, roll in.
I don't know if this is the right kind of thing for fire, but I think that's about the best course of action we've got in short notice. It's
Alright.
It's a complex series of actions, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah. You've got him pinned with the damp curtain. But his screaming is starting to draw attention, and he's quickly bleeding out.
Help me out,
like
here.
Like it looks like they're, like, you could tell from looking out the window, there are people who have noticed the screaming and are approaching the building.
Is he pinned down now?
Yes.
I will. So I would say he is at my mercy at this point.
Yeah.
To do a finishing, executing shot.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, November does do that. Stop the screaming, at least.
Yeah, just killed him. Okay.
Yeah.
Shot to the head. And now everyone else is like, oh, Jesus Christ, okay, we need to get this guy out of here. We need to get this body out of here.
Right, start moving him. I've
Move him out the fire exit.
Yeah, November does so.
well,
My
how much scream, like, on a basis, how many seconds was he, like, screaming for, do you think?
I'd say like 7 seconds.
my best advice: if someone comes and asks, a lantern was knocked over and started a fire. Screaming was from panic, and you got the fire out
She's quick, ain't she?
with the.
Yeah. All right, get him out the fire door.
I'll be there I'll stand here in case anyone comes knocking and asking.
Yeah, November's moving the body. It's already wrapped up all nice.
Yeah.
Was he on a carpet or anything when that happened?
I thought he was rolled in the curtain.
No,
curtain.
but in case there's blood,
Oh, I see.
if there was a carpet, we can just get rid of the carpet to move the blood easier.
No, it was on a bare floor.
On bare floor. Shit. How much blood is there?
A bit of a puddle where he was initially shot, and then a trail leading to where he was pinned.
Okay, yeah, I just kind of demand. All right, so why don't you grab a mop? Get over here.
Yep. One of them gets right on it as there is a vigorous knock at the door.
I wait. Yeah, I'm waiting for, like, the blood to be thing, and then it's like, oh, 1 second.
Yeah, guard just goes out. We've had a bit of an accident here. Don't worry, we're taking care of it. And again, there's just a more vigorous knock on the door, and just says, "Guard, open up."
All right. One last thing I look for: bullet holes, signs of, like, any disturbance, or was that completely, like, taken?
That was clean. That was clean.
That was clean. All right, yeah.
That
The
was
moment
pretty
the blood is clear, I open up.
2 hollow point subsonic rounds,
Alright.
both in the target.
It says, "Okay, what's going on in here?" Screaming, the sudden.
Yeah. We just knocked the lantern down. Bit of a panic. We just had to rip the curtain and smother it.
Huh. Roll charisma. Yeah. Yeah, he just guard just scratches his head and says, "Well,
You look like a man who would give a girlish scream because his carpet got ruined by a fire. I believe you.
maybe don't be so scared of fire next time."
Okay,
Cause a lot of
I'll let it spread.
You just don't need to scream like that. Did it burn anyone?
It could have done.
All right.
Come on, stop, drop, and roll. You look like you're built for all 3 of those quite
Guy
optimally.
just turns around to like these people who have gathered and says, "All right, nothing to see here, folks. This is a bit of an accident and some pansies."
Good. That means no one will think anyone in this building's dangerous. The heat has gone away. I close the door.
There you go.
I'm glad. I feel like November has really proved her worth in the past, 15 minutes.
He just did exactly what. Turns out Lydian's very easily suggestible. If you just give.
This is November's forte. This is what she's good at.
She doesn't lead from the front. She just leads people. I don't want to say leads people on. That's not the right turn of phrase. But
Well, this is well, we can get into her military service, but this actually does, is pretty applicable to her original function in the war as a ARC, as an ARC trooper.
Wow.
Now, before, okay, so with that done, Lydian is going to kind of hurry off after everyone else to just, before they get the body to the fire exit. Wait. One thing I think we ought to check before we dispose of him proper.
What's that?
I go for his pad.
All right. Yeah, it somehow did not burn up.
Didn't get damp
It
either,
was,
or covered in
yeah,
blood.
it was in his coat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might want to have a little look see at what he's been writing.
There's a bullet perfectly piercing every crucial word.
So
I was
it looks to me
investigating
mostly
blank.
it's a lot of conspiratorial ravings about cabal of invaders. You know, people
Look
from
at
out of
this
town.
religious nut job.
People from
Can
out
you
of town.
believe it, guys?
You know, money men. You know, and believing that the money man that was interviewed by one of his coworkers, or one of his superiors, one of his bosses might be someone he needs to look into himself, because he got very spooked by the story that was told by
I'm telling you, Lydian's the
these
conqueror.
journalists. And so he decided to check it out himself, and he got increasingly scared by what he was thinking, and decided to really just taking matters into his own hands.
I swear, the people in this town.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, but I don't say it to their face. Alright, yeah, I guess I'm gonna just throw the journal in, like, is there a fireplace here?
Yeah.
Yeah, just throw the journal in the fireplace.
Alrighty.
November does request to go over it herself, too, before it's destroyed, but does
Okay.
agree with destroying it.
Okay, yeah, he hands it over to her.
Anything, yeah, she memorizes, anything that seems important.
Yeah, just stuff about Lydian, moneymen, cabal of invaders, and there are there are descriptions of the party. So you're described, but he doesn't know your name.
Ooh, interesting. What information, has he gleaned about me?
That uh you've got a pretty expensive looking firearm.
Okay.
Must
Is there
be.
anything about, like piecing together her specific military history, like
No, this
being
must be an
League or
expensive
anything?
guard.
Okay, cool. How does it describe the two Humies?
Cherry is described as that the temptress whispering in one of their ears, one of those Starvader's ears.
That Cortessan whore.
Now, Cherry wasn't there for the journalist, but didn't he say something about her that
He called her
Yeah,
a
he
whore.
called her a
off?
Cortessan.
Yeah.
Dressed like a quartet, which if Cherry heard, she would take offense to. And it's not, she has had ancestors who were specifically Cortessans, but she would still take personal offense,
Yeah, the Cortessan temptress whispering in the Starreader's ear, and the oddball heretic at the side of the fat business milk. So yeah, those are the general descriptions of all of you, according to him.
Time for the fire?
Yeah, November nods.
Into the trash it goes. How did Pendulette become the trash man?
He's the trash.
I think it was like an image of him, like, from like with a trash can and like throwing and like, vigorously throwing things into the little trash bin he was holding up,
Uh-huh.
and just the image of that I think got turned into the trash it goes. I don't think he said that. I might be wrong.
Okay.
All right. So with once we've attended to business here, gotten rid of that, guess it's time to finally go and register that business. Which I don't know if we need to play that
Yeah.
out, but
Maybe I need to play that out.
yeah, Lydian's gonna go. He's gonna register a guard trooper. I'll work out the name of that and maybe rent a building so they got somewhere to work out of that looks more efficient
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah, a different building for the guards for
Yeah.
the guard service. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's finally establish another new business in this town.
Alrighty. Let's say that upfront cost for getting that started, getting that done. Since you're doing this on a rush order as well.
Yeah.
For getting the building. Let's say 100 coin.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Take that
Yeah.
off. Take that off Urema.
Here we go.
825. I'm willing to spend 200 if I get if I get something out better out of this. Like it actually, I mean, I can't even say that until I know what we're dealing with. But you know,
If you want like something like really good, you can get 200.
yeah. But just say like get a building, get some basic. Like I'd take November along with me to talk like what's a good basic like guard gear. What should I be looking for?
So with the gear as well. All right.
Yeah,
all
like
right.
get
all of that as well.
Yeah, get some uniforms.
Yeah. We'll say it's like
efficient.
250
Okay.
for the
Sure.
building and all the gear.
Yeah, like I'm not just setting this up for now. In Lydian's mind, this is an actual like long-term investment in case this pans
Right.
out to have like a little a guard outfit for like, you know, private events. And,
Yeah, security and all that. Yeah.
Maybe some other things.
Even though you're setting them up for their first job to be one that gets crashed.
That is a point. Well, fuck it. We're going ahead anyway. We'll work back from that. 675. Big bunch of money blown. So yeah.
Wait, how much did you just spend?
250.
Okay, and so we have 675 left.
Yes.
Okay.
I was running a calculator just to double check the maths on that one. But yeah, so some basic, you know, easy to use guns, a basic uniform to distinguish them, and then a building to work out of, an office to work out of. And then I head back and I'm assuming it's a bit of chaos now around like Guiding Hand, the local chapter of the Guiding Hand, but he does say, right, we've got set up so any acolytes report in, you know, he's going to say like report in tomorrow and we're going to brief you on your first job.
Yep. All right. So,
you know, I do appreciate like how far Lydian's come. Like now it's just, you know, he's not a violent man, but you know, there's a guy investigating and November's like, let me shoot him. And Lydian's just zero hesitation. Yes, good idea. Do it. Kill him.
kill him now.
Kill this journalist.
Kill him now. I can't find that.
Do you have any scenes you want to play out? Because I'm very hungry and I think I might want to call an early session tonight.
I do have more to do as Cherry.
All right, that's right. Okay, we'll do that then.
Okay. Short sesh. Let me just write down.
Short stash. We'll just do Cherry and then.
So, also, the way you said that, I was just thinking, Mr. Electric, kill him now.
Sorry, we didn't have much to do this session, sweet.
It's fine. I had a good scene at the start.
Yeah. Okay, so
we can also do like the payoff, hopefully for.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so yeah, Cherry, what do you want to do?
So Cherry, I believe I need to make a supply roll. I want to get some, you know, potentially illegal substances.
Ooh, what substances are you looking for?
Mostly, you know, drugs type things. You know, green tack works. Speed would work. maybe pixie dust even,
All
and
right.
also some aphrodisiac. She doesn't need a ton. She's not trying to get everyone like, completely fucking wrecked, just like
Yeah.
puddle, enough
Okay.
that's spread, going to be cut out a bit, enough that like, people might be a bit more, wired up and on edge, and
Okay. Roll charisma.
yes, that is. Ooh, that was close.
Ooh.
That
As
would be one-
November, you
Oh,
were doing
fuck.
so well until now.
Damn it. Damn it.
Damn.
I thought I would have one where let's see, what did I. That was cherry, though. I did
All
do
right.
the
So
correct sheet at
you
least.
find So yeah, you manage to find looking around, you come across a man who is dealing in pixie dust and some other substances. Because he
Alright.
got he mentioned, oh, you're interested in pixie dust. Oh, I've got a good shipment in straight from the Emerald Forest. And this is good cut Emberwell stuff as well.
What sort of, effect are we talking? Pixie dust can go a lot of ways.
Oh, if you want something to just really heighten your focus, get you just amped up, I got this Emberwell cut right here. But if you're looking for something to spice up a night with the man back home, well, I got some of the pure forest stuff.
Both sound good.
All right, how much you talking?
So this is obviously Cherry would know appropriate dosage. That has not really been established.
Mhm.
But she is buying, quite a bit. She is buying in bulk.
All right.
Enough for, a full dose for maybe a quarter of the people it's for, if that makes sense. So like a quarter dose for more people. Does that make for the full
That makes
party
sense. Yeah.
of
Uh,
each?
yeah. I'm gonna say for that much, you're gonna need to spend about 100 coin. This is
Okay.
79.
I'll take that off of Urema Kruger DeSalt Burrow.
All right,
Yeah,
I've come up.
it's
I've come up with 4 potential names for the new security firm.
nice.
None of them are on the nose whatsoever.
I hope that I like the
Oh,
Star Guard.
Conqueror Security. I do
I
like the Star Guard.
I
The painted
hope-
arms.
I hope that Lydian doesn't ask any questions about what Cherry needed 100 coin for.
She could have taken that off without him.
Her own
He was busy
personal-
murdering someone. That
Yeah.
coin was gone before he. Technically, I think in universe she took this coin before Lydian took his.
All right.
Call it the Star Guard, and I'm gonna cut I'm gonna cut November in on the setup.
Nice.
Nice.
Does she petition for like how much of a cut she wants at all?
No.
Okay. Let's see. I've actually got to remember what everyone else gets. 50% to. Oh, we'll just do it the standard rate of 50% to 50% to November, and now she's cut in on something. Call it the Star Guard.
All right.
Currently comprised of acolytes.
Yeah.
Probably replace the acolytes with actual security guards when it becomes a real business.
Yeah.
But for now, we just have our boys on the inside.
Yep. So you want to do Nico with the scope?
Yeah.
Real quick. All right, sweet. You've been
Yeah,
working.
sorry.
Nico's been working all day.
Yeah, no, I could really just run something like. What would you say? Would this be like make a gadget or a field test?
This would be like making a gadget, I'd say. then you
Yeah.
have to dedicate a gadget to this.
I was going to say November actually. So there's a move on her sheet that I
Yeah.
think might be applicable here. Oh, well actually she just has a move. So you're a tinkerer. You add the tag experimental to your gun. Whenever you have the time and materials, you can change that tag to whatever you'd like with the GM's approval. We could essentially do that with this.
Okay, yeah. I'll just have
Okay.
Nico roll into them.
Yes.
See how
But-
good it gets.
I just not thinking. Should I take a +1 for having help for
Yeah.
so specific? So actually, what? How do I roll a +1 again, or is it just?
Just roll into, we'll add one mentally.
Yeah, fuck. I figured I would need it.
Oh my gosh.
Slightly heavier than we.
An 8. Okay.
It weighs 10 kilograms.
That you gave me them in pounds. I don't use pounds.
I'm gonna say you make it fine. Doesn't weigh that much because you need to be functional.
It is, however,
But
cursed.
every now and then you're going to need to you're gonna need to provide charge for it to work for her.
Okay.
So spend 1 charge right now.
Okay. Yeah, I see where this is going.
Okay, yeah, so it runs on energy. It needs to be
Yeah.
powered on, and I see.
And Nico has the power supply. Yeah.
So for her to activate it, it will be that. I think
Yeah.
that works. So basically,
Yeah.
she can turn this on, but it will be like a limited time thing, and then needs to be recharged by Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your gun now has a heat-seeking scope or a heat
Cool.
vision scope.
Nico just comes out. Yeah. Nico is like, I've done it! Eureka! It only took a few explosions this time.
Fascinating. And yeah, November's very interested in it and is requesting a full breakdown of she's curious how
And he started going, well, it works off a charge system, so I can provide you with the charge, but now it's pre-charged. Fucking dials and basically just it zooms out to everyone else. These two kids talking about
The
their
camera
special-
just drones out into the sky.
Yeah.
November's does turn it on to experiment with it, see how it works and everything, and just learning about the process of how did the mechanics work, how November's very curious how Nico figured this out.
Yeah.
See, if you aim at Lydian, you'll see where he is the most. Where is the hot? Which point of his body is the hottest?
It's very warm.
He's
A
just
very warm belly.
Yeah, my God.
you can see a turkey stewing in there.
A whole turkey.
Bones and all.
Swallowed it all, yeah.
And yeah, November evenly says, this really is remarkable. Could have changed the tide of the war with this.
Fucking.
Mass produce them?
All the heat focus on Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Were you saying that all I can think of is this stupid fucking image? Nico, I need you to make me a portable shish kebab.
Yeah.
Nico,
This
I
is this.
need you to make me some cold compresses.
But yeah, this is probably the most wistful about the war and how it went. Seeing November get just mass produce these could have changed the tide of the whole war. Would have sent those Confederate sons of bitches running.
Oh, jeez.
We would have killed the no ones if we got away.
Alright. So is that it?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think
Alright. So bonds? Any bonds
I-
update?
I feel like I should have one with November, but I don't think anything directly correlates.
No.
I might just make a new one for November, just to actually, think on. I should be asking more questions about her level of competence, just how very.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna add one for November, which is okay. Okay, yeah, I think this is a good one. So, November is unassuming, but she's clearly talented in a lot of areas I couldn't have guessed. Just what was she doing in the army, and why would they let someone like that loose?
Right. Okay. That's good.
So that's not...
Nico, do you have any bonds?
No. I mean,
Alright.
I would say Nico hasn't really interacted much with anyone.
Cherry bonds? Any cherry
Barry
bonds
does not have any bonds.
What about November?
November has several.
All right.
I believe she has one with Nico. I actually just had to rewrite this one. Previously, Nico's inventions have proven useful in the field, saving me from sandstorm. I will pitch them some ideas. And that happened. I gave Nico the idea I've had for a while for the heat vision scope attachment. The final product is exceptional. If these had been mass-produced, it could have changed the tide of the war. I think my father would be proud of what Nico has done with his work.
Nice. Take an XP for that.
Yeah. Then I have two with Lydian. One was previous bond. Lydian gave me some good work to do. It feels good to have my blood pumping and to be useful again, and he seemed to appreciate it. I think we can work well together. That updated. Lydian is able to make good judgment calls in high-intensity situations and take tactical advice well. I made a good call. He can give me good work.
Well, hey.
Actually, I might change the phrasing of that to, or just add on the end, good purpose. Yes, I like that.
There you go. All right.
Oh, I have one more with Lydian.
All right.
Previous one. Lydian trusted me enough to take me along on a meeting he didn't want the others to know about, but not enough for me to go in and guard him in there. I care about him trusting me. I want him to know I can be trusted with confidential information. That got updated too. Lydian trusted me enough to formally introduce me to his colleagues. He doesn't know the secrets I keep in confidence, but he clearly understands my respect for confidence.
All righty. Cool. Did you push yourself to answer the call of duty?
I would say so.
I
mean, I don't know about push herself.
Yeah, I don't think you pushed yourself. You were very calm and collected about that. You were proactive, though.
Yeah. She was, and I will say, she's also, going to be training and in charge of these guys, which is not really her normal thing.
Yeah, give yourself an XP for that, yeah. Cherry, did you get someone to relax, calm down, or open up to you?
Debatably.
She was already pretty opened up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I've opened up more-ish.
Not really. Lydian, did you open up a new avenue for coin to flow through?
Yes. Though...
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting paid for this first gig. I think the payment is is being able to do it. But...
Yeah.
In the long term, yeah, I kind of have.
Provided you can recover from the gig going as it is planned to go.
We'll rename ourselves after it and reincorporate. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Alrighty.
We'll already have the uniforms.
Take an XP for that. And Nico, did you prove the value of your invention to others?
I did at the last second.
Yes, the last second. Good job.
So.
Take an XP for that. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Journalism.
Yeah.
Journalism.
A religious fanatic journalist who tried to torch a building.
Oh, let's see. That's notable. Notable enemy.
He's literally notable. He had notes.
Ah.
He's in the papers.
Ah.
I wouldn't call it that notable. He's just a journalist.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
The color of...
Full prophecy.
Yeah, we learned
Oh yeah,
that
the
from
full prophecy.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah. Take an XP for that.
Also, the color of Ava's hair was even more
Yeah.
important.
Did we loot a memorable treasure?
No.
No.
We got a catering contract on the
Yeah.
cheap.
Take an XP for playing. Well gamed. Well gamed.
15 of 16 experience.
Oh my god.
Fucking you need to fail more.
Failed once this sesh. We're almost there. I'm almost level 10, and then I retire Lydian on the spot for no reason. Destroying the
You
dynamics.
become Dwight.
Yeah, just play as him instead, destroying the dynamics of the party. Lydian just has a heart attack, and Dwight comes in.
I do declare over.
My ticker has finished ticking. My ticker strikes 12.